A Falls County deputy who was hit and killed while helping a driver on the side of the road is being honored for his service. It was a rainy October day when a car hydroplaned and hit Deputy Matt Jones while he was helping another driver. He died at the scene. On Friday, Jones and 13 other law enforcement officers had their names officially added to the Lost Lawman Memorial in Austin. Jones was a 4-year veteran of the sheriff's office and served as the K-9 deputy officer at the time of his death. Riesel Police Chief Danny Crumno was also injured in the crash and spent almost a month in the hospital before heading home in early November. A memorial was revealed today honoring the 22 victims of the El Paso Walmart mass shooting. A 30-foot tall monument was displayed during a public ceremony this morning in the Walmart parking lot. The structure is made up of 22 individual arcs grouped together into one, representing the number of people killed in the August 3rd attack. A private lighting was held Friday night for the families of the victims and for the survivors.
Nothing material can ever change how you feel, but it does help. It's a little bit of a closure. I prefer seeing this than just that emptiness that, when you pass by, you just see this dark, empty space.
The El Paso Walmart reopened earlier this month. A Mississippi teenager escapes from a sinking car moments before it disappeared in a creek following a highway accident. It happened Friday. Anna Wimberly says she lost control of her car when it hydroplaned, left the road, and crashed into a creek. She says the front end of the car started to sink, but she couldn't open her front door, so she made her way to the back and kicked open one of the rear doors before the car went under. She then swam to safety.
I just began thinking of everything. It was such a blur. I just grabbed everything that I could and pushed my way out.
A dive team couldn't find the car because they say the pond is so deep. They plan to return to try again at a later date. With all of the recent talk surrounding the dangers of vaping, one Kentucky school district is doing something to prevent students from trying it. Paducah Middle School has installed new sensors in bathrooms to detect if students are using vaping devices. If set off, an alert will be sent to an administrator's phone identifying which bathroom to check. Students, however, won't hear the alarm going off. The sensors can also measure noise levels and may help deal with potential bullying. The superintendent says he is also open to the possibility of installing sensors in high school bathrooms. New State Department documents appear to connect the president's personal lawyer and the Secretary of State just before President Trump removed the ambassador to Ukraine. And an attorney for a former associate says his client wants to testify before the House Intelligence Committee. NBC's Chris Pallone has more.
The State Department released nearly 100 pages of documents late Friday night, which revealed the White House acted as a go-between connecting President Trump's personal attorney, Rudolph Giuliani, with Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. The papers appear to show 2 phone calls between the men shortly before the president recalled the ambassador to Ukraine, Marie Yovanovitch. She testified to the House Intelligence Committee this week that Giuliani orchestrated a smear campaign against her to justify her removal.
What I do wonder is why it was necessary to smear my reputation.
An ethics watchdog group filed a Freedom of Information Act request to obtain the documents, which also show 6 former Ukraine ambassadors objected to uncorroborated allegations against Yovanovitch. At the same time, the attorney for an indicted former Giuliani associate says his client wants to testify in the impeachment inquiry. Joseph Bondi says Lev Parnas would tell Congress that Republican Congressman Devin Nunes met with Ukraine's former top prosecutor last year to discuss investigating former Vice President Joe Biden and his son. If true, it would mean Nunes was involved in the very plot the committee he sits on is investigating. Nunes has told several news outlets the allegation is demonstrably false and scandalous. And on Fox News, Giuliani distanced himself from his former associate.
Poor Lev, I don't know what he's doing to himself. I think once again that's going to be shown to be provably untrue.
With no more depositions or public testimony scheduled, House Democrats presiding over the impeachment inquiry are now pondering their next move and considering these recent developments. Chris Pallone, NBC News.
You testified earlier.
Still to come, love born out of tragedy between two families. Plus, Baylor game day got underway today. Curtis Quillen has the highlights coming up in sports. Welcome back. After every puppy in her litter died, a dog adopts orphan puppies and takes them on as her own. Jennifer Austin explains in this heartwarming story.
Come here. At Secondhand Hounds,
Hi, baby.
rescue dogs arrive for all sorts of reasons.
Cranberry, and she's about a year old.
So it wasn't unusual for them to get a call about Rosa.
So Rosa came to us from a commercial breeder. She had had premature babies 6 days before we got her. None of her babies survived, which is super heartbreaking. A lot of times when moms lose their puppies, they'll keep looking for them just because they were ready to have their babies.
Founder Rachel May Rose says then they got a call.
Not 3 hours later, after we found out this mommy was coming to us, we got a phone call and they said, we have 5 newborn puppies. Their mom died this morning.
The same day.
Same day. Yeah, these guys came in without any mom.
Puppies without a mom.
Hey, baby.
And a mom without her puppies.
We all kind of got that deep breath of hope. Could this happen? Could this work out? It's a 50-50 shot. Sometimes mama dogs smell other dogs on these puppies and they're not willing to accept them.
Acceptance was instant.
She started cleaning them. She let them nurse right away. I think, they needed each other, right? So, both of them needed each other equally. It all happens for a reason. I truly believe that.
That's that one. A family brought together by fate.
Rosa and her puppies are currently staying with a human foster mom until the puppies are old enough to adopt. Still to come, Baylor